All right, here we go. Starting from the river. Off to catch the bus. So, just so you know, Retiro has a central bus station, but anywhere along the route here where you see the bus, just wave at them and they'll stop and let you on. By the way, because this video is all about walking one day, I'll show you the walk along the river here. It's really beautiful. I've showed it in another video, but I will revisit the river walk because it's such a really good walk. And again, that's what this series is all about. Walking around Medellin and Oriente and seeing everything in between. All right, let's go catch the bus. It's the right bus. Yes, it's the bus to the North Station. By the way, Retiro has a bus to the North Station and the South Station, just so you know.
Gracias. Que le vaya muy bien.
All right, we're at our stop, San Carbon. This is where I get off. This is probably the safest place to get off. But just for your information, there's another stop just over here at Palmas Grande, which is great because they got a crosswalk there, so it's easier to get across. And then you can just take a taxi down to Provenza, or you can walk down to Provenza. Really easy. And for today, we're going to take this route. So we just got off the bus again from Retiro all the way to Medellin to San Carbon. I get off right there, and we start our walk to Mall Santa Fe. Always take care with traffic here. This is a one-way road right here that I can cross over. Again, they don't always have sidewalks everywhere in Colombia, so you got to make your way as you can, but always safety first. Keep watching for traffic, and I just cross under this underpass here. And this road right up here actually leads, you go straight, leads right to the Price Mart in Medellin. We'll do that walk another day. But today, we're gonna take this route. This is Transversal Inferior. Again, I'll put it in the description and here in the video, but yeah, there's Transversal Inferior, which is at the bottom of Tesoro Mall, and then the one that goes by Tesoro Mall, just for future reference, is Transversal Superior. It's above this one. Okay, so I'm going to point out some places along the way here. We are really close to a plaza, Interplaza. Okay, so again, just gonna watch here for traffic. Try to get across. I think again a lot of confusion, a lot of cars today, a lot of construction. It's kind of normal here. We're good. All right, so that cool place there, new iconic building in Medellin. I believe that's called Hotel Siesta. So if you're coming to Medellin, you want to stay in a cool hotel. It's a pretty cool hotel. So, just so you know, when you're going back to Retiro, this is the route that I take through Interplaza here, and then I go up right up this road here, and there's a bus stop right there. I'll point it out later. So we're just about to reach Interplaza, on our way on a long walk today to Mall Santa Fe. But I just want to show you guys strategically, even though this is a very hilly city, if you plan your route, I never walk uphill here, but there's a Transversal Inferior here, which again goes right over to San Lucas and to Price Smart in Poblado. And then right here is Interplaza. And as you can see right there is Hotel Siesta, which is super cool hotel. A couple pro tips. At Hotel Siesta, right at the bottom here, there's an Alhama, so if you get off the bus up there where I did, you can have a really good brunch right here, okay? It's just 5 minutes walk downhill. Again, today everything is downhill from here, but hopefully in a good way. So again, as I said, this is Interplaza right here. Another pro tip, when you're coming down this way, right up there through that building, you take the escalator up and walk all the way to the end there, there's a washroom. So if you need a potty break as you get off the bus to Retiro, it's just up that way and over in the far corner there. In Interplaza. And Interplaza has a Persimmon ice cream place, and then right over this way. Sorry for all the noise today, but that's Medellin. Okay, so there's a drugstore, a Panderia there. There's a really cool Asian fusion place there. I think it's called 123 Walk. Okay. And then another pro tip right over there, there's a Bank-Colombia and a BBVA bank machine. So if you got no money and just got off the bus, you can get it right there. And just ahead of us here, again, sorry for all the jackhammering, we've got the infamous energy building. Good energy, bad energy, not sure. It's been there for a lot of years now, ever since I've come to the city. If you know, you know. But a lot of first timers come and they stay there. It's like an apartment hotel, basically. Okay, and again, we are on the road here. And we're gonna cross the road here. Again, in Colombia, very few people stop at a crosswalk. Although in the town I live in, Retiro, I got a pretty good success rate. I would say over 50% of the people stop at crosswalks. And again, there's a sign there, right there, but no one obeys it. But I have to be honest, in the years I've been here, it's getting better. Okay, so there's always hope. All right, we're gonna drift by the energy building here. There it is, Energy Living. Again, they got a restaurant right here. So there's always options up in this area. And by the way, we are actually in the barrio Las Lomas 2. This is the borderline up here is Las Lomas 1. This is this area here. Just down from Inner Plaza, Las Lomas 2. And today we're going to go through Las Lomas 2 in Medellin, in Poblado, over to Alejandría. Or actually, sorry, we're going to go through La Florida, but then down to Alejandría, or straight to Alejandría from here. Again, this road here is inferior, and then the one that's straight up by Tesoro Mall there is superior because it's higher. So right around the corner here, we're coming into an area where I used to live, which is called Pinar del Rio. It's kind of like a neighborhood within a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood, I believe, within the neighborhood of Las Lomas 2. And it's just around the corner here. So, right here is the company Sura. And Sura is one of the best insurers in the country. They do health insurance, home insurance, they do all sorts of insurance. If you're going to come here and you want the best insurance, it's Sura. At least in my experience, and a lot of my friends say it's the best. But again, just one man's opinion. So this is Pinar del Rio right here. I used to live right in behind here in a beautiful apartment. Right here is really strategic because it has a grocery store. There it is, right there. Perugia. We're going to cross over here. And I got a story of why I love to walk so much, and it all starts down there. It's a bad history, but it's history. And I may explain in this video or another video. But the truth is, I used to have a car here, and yeah, I guess I can explain it in this video. I had an accident. In my mind, it was a 50-50 accident. But again, long story. I may implant it in this video or another video. Again, it's a cautionary tale about driving in Colombia. So about 5 minutes this way, we're going to hit Mall Verona. And this area right here is the start of La Florida. We just crossed the street from Las Palmas 2 to La Florida. So I know this because I've studied a lot and done a lot of walking in these areas. So there's a lot of sub-barrios within the barrios here, like Pinar del Rio, even like Provenza. Provenza is not actually an official barrio. Provenza is actually in the barrio of La Florida, and it may even cross into the official district of Poblado. There's actually a barrio, a sub-barrio called Poblado, where you have Poblado Park and Poblado Church and Parque Lleras, which they also call Zona Rosa. So it gets confusing, I know. But I think if you guys take away anything today, it's that in the neighborhoods here, there's streets that are straight with no hills. This is inferior, like I said before, and superior above. And the key is that if you're going to move here, you want to buy a place or rent a place 1 block up or 1 block below or on the actual avenues. Because when you do that, you are going to have a lot easier time for walkability. Again, in this area here, really safe. So we're just about to come on to Mall Verona. This is Mall Verona. It's a little plaza. Lots of little plazas in Medellin. It's a little cool plaza. It has a butcher shop, barber shops. It has little restaurants here. And then over there you have a really big Chinese restaurant. There it is, Mall Verona, or Verona Mall. And a great place for flowers right here. I bought flowers here many times. Buenos dias. People here are so friendly. I find the older generation super, super friendly here. Right over there, there's an ophthalmologist clinic, big clinic right there. So, when we went past Perugia grocery store, you could have headed straight down that hill and hit Provenza in literally 7 minutes, because I know I've walked it many times from where I used to live. So, just so you know, we'll do that walk another day. But today we're doing the walk on Transversal Inferior. You can see Transversal right there. Again, you head right down that hill there, you're going to hit Provenza, the restaurant district. So we're almost at 11 o'clock. My goal is to be, if possible, yes, 10:50. My goal is to be at Mall Santa Fe before 11:30. So let's see how it goes. So, just up this hill here is Mall Tesoro. Again, this is a really good area to live, but around here you need a car. Or, again, you can rely on Uber or Didi or InDriver. Again, super cheap here. By the way, I usually stop at Inter Plaza, and if I'm going to PriceSmart and not doing videos where I'm walking, I will take a Didi or InDriver or Uber, and it's just straight this way. Only takes about in car probably 5-7 minutes, and your cost is about the same as what I just paid for the bus, roughly $3. Again, you don't really need a vehicle in this city. In the country, outside, even in Retiro, I don't need a vehicle because it's super walkable. For me, arguably, out in Oriente, El Retiro and La Ceja, even as far as Carmen, super walkable places. Many will argue that, and I'll do a video another day, that Laureles is the most walkable in the city of Medellin, where a lot of the expats end up living. And arguably that's true. It's very walkable, very flat. Over in Poblado, like I say, you want to be one block up or one block down from one of these major arteries. Then you don't have to walk too much. By the way, D1, they're all over Colombia. There's 3 alone in my little town of Retiro. And this is Plaza Bella. Okay, another plaza right here. Again, also along these arteries here, you can take any of the buses too. It's going to be less than a taxi. Someone in the comments can quote what it would cost in the bus here. I never take the bus. I usually just take Didi or Uber. But it's really cheap. It's probably, I don't know, probably 50 cents. Again, right over there, Plaza Bella. When I first came to the city, they didn't have Uber or Didi or InDriver. So I used to take taxis everywhere. And back in the day, taxis were, again, super affordable. I think the minimum fee was 3,500 pesos, so next to nothing. But I found over the years, if you find an older taxi driver, all good. But a lot of the young guys now, especially on a Saturday night, if it's busy in a place like Provenza, they don't turn on the meter, which is actually wrong, but they do it anyways. So yeah, I usually take Uber or Didi for that reason. Welcome to Colombia. One of the reasons I moved from the city, so much noise. A lot of our clients who are buying places are putting in soundproof windows here for good reason. Again, there's this other plaza here. There's a gym here. There's a car dealership. And just so you know, as you're going by Inferior here, right here by that plaza, right down here, there's a walkway right to Upper Provenza, just so you know. A lot of expats in this area. The way you pick them out, just like me, they're in shorts. So gringo. But again, since I've lived here over the years, the city's gotten a lot warmer. When I first came here in the morning, you needed a sweater or a jacket. Now for me, it's the eternal summer city. Hence, I moved out to the country. A little cooler. Perfect weather for me. Again, a lot of people who come here love this weather, and I get it. Oh, just a story on that guy there, and a bunch of guys here that do this. What I like about the city is they recycle. They find old stuff and they fix it. So one of the great things about Colombia, they're very resourceful people, especially the paisas. So they fix everything here, which is great. They don't just throw things out. In Canada, if we have a TV for 3 or 4 years and it stops working, unfortunately, we have to recycle it because it's too expensive to fix it. But here, super resourceful people, they fix everything. So that's what I love about this country. Don't throw it out, fix it if you can. So right now we're just about to cross from La Florida to just ahead here is Alejandría. And Alejandría starts at I believe it starts at Inferior, and then it goes down all the way to Parque Poblado. Or sorry, I should say Avenida Poblado. Again, people always correct me in the comments, and that's all right. I don't know everything. So just up this way here, about 2 minutes in a car is Tesoro, just so you know. So in this series of walking videos, I'm definitely gonna be heading over to Envigado, Sabaneta, again, Laureles, to show you guys where the most walkable places are. And again, a lot of people wouldn't consider Tesoro walkable because it's right up the hill, but up there on Superior, which is the road that goes right by Mall Tesoro. Again, the mall is so big, and it's not air conditioned, but it's a lot cooler there. So even if you want to get your exercise just walking in the malls, and the other thing is the malls are very safe. The malls have always been kind of safe spaces for people here. So a place like Tesoro has Mall Tesoro, obviously. It has Amsterdam Plaza with all the different restaurants there. People here are always keeping this city clean, which I love. Literally mowing the sidewalk with machetes. So as I said, just up that way, you can see it just beyond here. The yellow tower is Mall Tesoro. That region I really, really like, just below Mall Tesoro. All right, let's see if I can make it across here really quickly. Just down that way is Provenza. We are crossing over into Alejandría. I believe this is the border here of Alejandría. When I first came here, you didn't see fancy cars. Now, it's kind of the norm. Definitely a growing middle class here. I know there's a lot of disparity in this country, but I've seen a lot of people come up. So, the next kind of plaza slash mall we're gonna hit is Zona Dos, I believe. It's called Zona Dos. And it has a Carulla grocery store and many restaurants in the area. And also, this is actually fairly new. Opened in the last couple of years. Euro supermarket right here. Euro is usually a cheaper than Carulla. Again, they've done a really nice job here. And look, 24 hours. Very cool. So we're gonna keep going here. When I used to live not far from here, I used to come here and get my hair cut in there. When I first came to Medellin, I could get a $2 haircut. You can see the barber right there. Now I'm paying about $5, but I'm okay with that, not a problem. People gotta live. So just up here, we're gonna hang a right and we're gonna head down the hill towards Mall Santa Fe. Beautiful flowers all over the city. Buenos dias. So as I said, this plaza here is Zona Dos. We're gonna bypass it, but again, it's a nice plaza with a really good grocery store and other stores too. And as you can see, a Carulla Fresh Market. Across the road here, you have a Bank-Colombia. Again, right now we're in Alejandría, heading down to Mall Santa Fe. So again, you can come through this entrance right here and go right to the grocery store right there. Everything is under construction here in the city, it seems. A city that was hidden under a shroud for many years, but it's definitely coming out now. Or it has in the last 10 years. Super beautiful city. Let the cars go by here. We'll cross over. As you can see, we are in Alejandría. This is an official barrio of Poblado, Alejandría. And I believe in the city, I know I've quoted it a few times, I'll put it in the screenshot here. I believe there are 21 or 23 barrios. I'll have to look it up again, but I will. Never too far from feather dusters or brooms here. It's a cottage industry here. So we are going to cross the road right here. By the way, this is Avenida Las Palmas, or sorry, over here is. This is actually, if you go straight on this road, you'll go right to Provenza where I used to live. I believe this is 34th. Someone can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. 34th Avenue, we're gonna boot it across here. Yeah. This road here leads right down to Provenza, just so you know. And if you go straight this way, you'll hit Envigado. All right, here we go. Again, no one obeying the stop signs or the crosswalks here, which is actually the law. But they're getting better. Definitely getting better here. So now we're not too far from Mall Santa Fe. Let's see our time. We are at 11:08 and we left Retiro, I believe, 9:31 or 9:33. Again, a great way to keep in shape walk. Walk, walk, walk. I'm definitely not at retirement age yet, but I've learned since I've come here. I think because of the weather I don't eat as much, but after having my car accident here, I decided to stay in shape just to walk. And I think if you're moving abroad and you want to change your lifestyle, walking is a good thing. Also good to hit the gym, but if you can't hit the gym, just walk every day. Get in those 10,000 steps. I'll show you at the end of the video what I hit here today, but I'm thinking I'm going to hit about 12,000 today. Again, a lot of people say it's not a walkable city, but you know what? If you're walking downhill or on these avenues that are straight, not a problem. And again, the bus and the private or taxi transportation here is cheap, so no excuses. Go up to Mall Tesoro and walk down to Provenza. So as always, this is going to be a long video today, so I'll make sure I put chapters in. So if you want, you can skip ahead. And always remember, if you have questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. Happy to help out. Yesterday I got a comment from someone who's looking to, because they believe as I do that Retiro has the climate that's just right for them, so they're looking for a rental apartment in Retiro. So I told them I'm happy to help out. So we're not too far away now from Mall Santa Fe. And I think what we will do, you can actually go right here. There's no sidewalk here, so or just beyond here, so you have to be very careful. But I think I'll go up just a little bit because I can go in through the back entrance of Mall Santa Fe. Again, I always take care in the traffic here, but I'm gonna cross the road here because I know this is a Contravia, one-way street up from Avenida Poblado. But if I walk down the street, I have to walk up the street again to get to Mall Santa Fe. So I'm just gonna continue this route here. This is my only incline, and then we will turn the corner and go through this area up here. We are actually in. We crossed Alejandria. This is Los Balsos. I could never say it right. Los Balsos. In this area right here. So we are, this is it. That's it for the incline. And we just keep going straight. We can go through Los Balsos 2. That's what this area is here. And that's Los Balsos number 1 up there, just so you know. And I've got a neighborhood video where I did a walking tour of this area. So we've actually crossed through, I believe, let me count here. Again, what I love about this city, beautiful streams all over. Voila. We started at Las Lomas 2 down to Inner Plaza at Las Lomas 1 through La Florida on the upper side to Alejandria, and now we're in Las Bolsas number 2. Up there is number 1 and down here is number 2. Since I've come to the city, they've really improved the roads here. But that being said, people here, as Queen, famous song from Queen, people are in love with their cars here. For me, it's probably cheaper just take the bus or to take car, or sorry, take Didi or Uber here in the city. Again, for business, I may end up getting a vehicle again, but just probably utilitarian. But if I can avoid it, I will, because it's good to walk. Keeps you in shape. Keeps me from getting fat or too fat. During the pandemic, after or just before the pandemic, I had a vehicle, and then after, just decided to walk everywhere. And again, for health reasons, it's better. If you can do it, you plan your life around walking. And I come to the city, I would say on average 2 days a week, but this week it's been 5 days, so. But I know the routes to take since I've lived here so long. So we are just gonna turn right here into Los Bolsas 2, which actually includes Mall Santa Fe. Beautiful flowers everywhere in this city. Grow wild. What I love about Colombia, everything grows here. So yeah, we're going down into Los Bolsas 2, and this is a really nice neighborhood, by the way. I used to live for, I think it was 3 months in this building here, Salento, which is the famous town in the coffee region that they based the Disney movie off of. Beautiful town, one of my favorite towns in Colombia, Salento. It's one of the few, come to think of it, it's one of the few things in this city, a lot of the buildings, and if you know, you know here, they name the buildings after like somewhere else. There's a Montreal building, there's a Vancouver building, there's neighborhoods Buenos Aires, there's Sao Paulo. So it's kind of crazy here that the people in this city and in this country should be super proud of what's here. And so that's one of the few buildings I see named after something that's actually here in the city. And again, a lot of people will know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of buildings named after other places. All right, we're gonna cross over here. Again, a lot of beautiful buildings in this area. We actually have a listing through my associate Camilo over in that building right there. Super quiet neighborhood here. If you love shopping and you want to be close to the shopping district, this is Los Bolsas 2, which would be a great place to live if you want to be close to everything. Actually, you know what? Let's just backtrack here and go through the little park. I actually just saw a news article about Medellin being the city with the most green spaces, according to one of the big travel magazine publications. I'll see if I can find a link to that article. So the most green spaces of any city in the world for 2025. So we're really close now to Mall Santa Fe. Again, sorry there's a long video. Some people complain about the length of the videos and some people love it. So my suggestion is, as I said, I put in chapters for the long walking videos, but you know what? Like I say, just watch part of the video if you don't like the long videos. But again, I'm really here trying to cover the walkable spaces and places in this series of videos coming up. So get out and walk. And this city is amazing for walking, even though people don't believe it because it's so hilly. If you're strategic, there's a lot of good walking areas around here. Again, in places like Envigado, Poblado, even Sabaneta down below, there's a lot of good spaces to walk. And as I've shared in one of the videos, I used to live in Sabaneta in Aves Maria, and that neighborhood is above the pueblo of Sabaneta, and there you definitely need a car, or you can really get some serious hill exercises in Sabaneta. But I, at that time, used to have a vehicle, so I used to drive up the hill. But just so you know, even places like Aves Maria are so high up in Sabaneta that the weather is different just up the hill. That's what I love about this city. The weather changes all over. All right, so we're 1 block away from Mall Santa Fe. So again, this is a great area if you like shopping, because you've got Mall Santa Fe right here, and just down the hill on the other side, Mall Oviedo. This is the banking, shopping, insurance district. Let's cross over here. Again, this is an example right here of someone right on the crosswalk. Okay, oh, they just figured it out. It's amazing what a camera will do. Pull out a camera and everything changes. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. All right, so we are at Mall Santa Fe at the one of the upper entrances. And in a minute, I'm going to give you a pro tip. If you're going to catch an Uber from the mall, you always look at the application to see what exit it says. And I'll give you an example right here. Because if you're at the wrong exit, it could totally screw up your eyes. So, as you can see right there, Santa Fe, Acceso, Las Palmas. Okay? Just so you know. Yeah, we are in Mall Santa Fe. And I'm just going to show you briefly a couple things here. For all you camera buffs, there's a brand new Sony store. Sony actually closed down here a few years ago. They used to have one in Mall Tesoro, and then they closed down, but they reopened with specialty cameras and headphones and Sony gear here. So just so you know, there's a Sony dealership here. And we're gonna end this video here by showing you. Let's take the escalator up. This is in celebration of the Flower Festival. So here we are at Mall Santa Fe. I'm going to sign off from here. This is Ian from ExpatCrib, and I'll see you in the next video.